Bill Schneider here from Rapido Trains Inc. Jason's been sharing quite a bit of his layout lately, so I thought I'd share with you my latest section. I just finished laying the track here on the Northfield section of the layout. This is going up through Northfield, and here is the very first train that's ever run on this line. But I share this with you. It's always kind of exciting when you get a new section of the layout in. First train up the line. Kind of never quite sure what's going to happen. What's that? What the heck? Oh, come on! Well, since it's here, maybe we can talk about this. This is our new Rapido PA locomotive. This is in the Southern Pacific PA2. It's a sample that I just put together. And we'll show you some of the features and some of the details that we're incorporating in this new series of models that we're just about to come out with. So we've come to a slightly more scenic section of the layout, get away from the blue foam, just so that I can show you some of the detail parts that we are including with our Southern Pacific PAs. This is a PA2. Which has a few differences from the PA1. Obviously, the most striking difference is the Southern Pacific arrangement of vents and grills across the side of the unit here. This is a unique body for just the Southern Pacific. The SP love to hang stuff off the roof. This model has some of that. It has the correct horn. It has the antenna base. The daylight units would have the wagon wheel style antenna back here. Moving back, we have the icicle breaker bars. There are two up front and one in the rear. These are the more angular style that was used on the Scarlet and Gray scheme. On the daylight scheme, they were a more arched variety, much smoother contour, and of course we will include those as well on the daylight units. You'll also notice 4 heat shields to the sides of the dynamic brake vents here. Those are SP specific and SP correct, and also the walkway across the fan housing toward the back. Moving up front, we have the SP pilot, and we have the SP correct grab irons up the nose. There is one missing from the top of the nose, which unfortunately I don't have in my parts bag, so you'll have to imagine it's there. It will be on the correct models. Again, these are hand-painted samples. There are no rivets on the side of them yet. There's several details still left to be added, but it does give you a pretty good idea of what the models would look like. Moving over now to the Pennsy unit, and I don't think the O&W's Delhi branch ever saw this amount of activity, but the Pennsy unit has a number of road-specific details as well that we're very proud of, including the Pennsy bug-eye number boards that were added, the correct pilot, the Pennsy train phone antennas, of course, across the top. The correct Leslie horn on the top of the roof. Different side skirts. The Pensys are different than the SPs. There are a couple different varieties of side skirts on each of the models as well, so that we can be road specific on those also. You also see a full cab interior, of course, on all of these models. So now that we've seen what they look like, let's see what they sound like. Unfortunately, there are no surviving Alco 244-16 locomotives, at least in operation. So we've had to work with our friends at ESU to come up with a recording that as closely as possible matches original audio recordings and video recordings of PAs while they were in service and before they were remotored with other like 251 engines on the D&H, for example. We think we have come very, very close. This is a pre-production decoder in this, so we've still got a few little tweaks to still do on it. But so far we're very happy. I think it sounds great. Of course, you've got your bells. And there will be a couple of selectable bells so that you can buy 20 of these locomotives and have each one sound slightly different if you'd like to. We have the various air horns. Again, we'll have Nathan M3s, Nathan M5s, Wabco E2s, Leslie S2s, correct horns for each of the various paint schemes. We are still, again, this is a pre-production decoder, so we're still working on some of the sounds, like how the horn fades in and fades out at the beginning. But again, each road name will have its own selectable horn that you can program very easily with just a simple CV change. Okay, so I've dimmed down the layout lights a little bit just to show you some of the lighting features that will be included on our Alco PA models. Again, this is a hand-built sample. Not all of the lighting features are finalized on this sample, and a couple are not installed. For example, the finished models will have ground lights. This sample does not yet. Also, some of the lightways, the clear plastic parts, are not fully polished, so the lights are going to be a little bit dimmer than they would be on a production unit. But you'll notice that we have class lights, working headlight, working Mars lights. Something on the Mars lights to mention that the SP had a couple different styles. This Triclops light that is on this sample, and also one that was split vertically. And we have tooled both styles, and we'll include those as appropriate on each road name. We also have lit number boards on our models, although on this sample, because they're painted black with the SP train number indicators not in there, they don't show up very well, but the production models will have fully lit number boards. I'll show you that on the Pensi model here in a second. Here's our Pensi model operating in the dark. You can see the lit number boards, also the headlight, which of course is dimmable. And again, production models will have working ground lights and backup lights as well. So those are a few of the details and features of the new Rapido PA series locomotives. Order deadline is coming up very soon, April 15th, and we hope you're as excited about these as we are. If you are, make sure you get your orders in. We're looking forward to getting these into production very shortly and getting them shipped out to you this summer. Thank you. Run the first train up. It's the first train that has ever been on this line. I'm going to share it with you. Well, I'm not. Now we're going to start over again.